Good evening, welcome to the show. My guest, holiday guest, we rarely have those people staying on the holiday weekend. Dave Littman of the Racing Form. Dave, I've been asking people, handicappers throughout the week. We go to the inner next Wednesday.
Right.
Now, you always have an opinion.
I like the inner track. I think, there's a lot less variables you have to contend with. Sprints are at one distance. It's kind of tough for the horses that like to run out of the chute. They're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place until the spring. I just think the most important thing is the horse gets a ground-saving trip. If they start out 3 wide on the turn, they end up 8 wide into the lane.
Not like on the main where you can make the wide switch.
It's not like closers can't win, but as long as they save ground on the turn and then ease out, they have a long stretch on the inner track. The stretch is actually longer than it is on the main track.
It's a good trivia question. Happens to be right. The stretch on the inner is longer than on the main. But what he says is correct, and you'll see that next week. But we still got a few to show you here. Off track, first race coming up. Here's the opener. This is sprints, maidens 3 and up, claiming tags 35 to 30. Gee, there were no claims. However, it is a clear day. At least the announcer won't be having a problem. A rip entry, Raul Rojas. Silver crashes out. The Masco Kid, Robbie Davis. Leading charmer, Sameen. Black shirt, Herb McCauley rides the favorite. Mr. Decker's out. Rat's Temper is out. Amcapade was scratched after the doubles open, so in case you bet early, check your tickets. Irving C, M.O. Vasquez, Victorious Banner, P.G. Leiden.
And they're off. Rip entry comes out first. Irving C is there, so is Black Shirt. Up the backstretch, and Irving C and Black Shirt will vie for the lead. The Masco Kid third. On the far outside, Victorious Banner is now fourth, and Rip entry under a hard hold at the inside is fifth as Leading Charmer moves on through between horses. Moving past the half-mile pole now, Irving C is up to take a short lead. It's Irving C in front, 3/4 of a length. Black Shirt second on the inside. The quarter went in 23 and 2. Leading Charmer is third, and on the outside, Victorious Banner is now called on for run fourth. 2 lengths to the Masco Kid, and Rip Entry takes to the outside. Moving toward the top of the stretch, and Irving C has the lead, still holding off the challenge of Black Shirt. Leading Charmer is now third. Rip Entry beginning to pick it up a bit on the outside now as they turn for home, chasing Irving C, who's under the whip and there by 2.5 lengths. Black Shirt ducks in. He's running greenly through the stretch, then farther back Leading Charmer, and Rip Entry passing the 8th pole. Irving C still
Black Shirt was right with Irving C early. It didn't look as though he really relished being down along the inside. He eased back a little bit, angled out into the stretch, looked like he was going to gobble up the winner, but swerved in erratically mid-stretch and just came too late.
Probably if Herb had stayed with the left-handed whip, he might have won it. But take nothing away from Irving C. It's what we say about this racetrack. A horse is going to like it, and it's going to be bye-bye. Irving C, tough to come up with. David Smith, M.O. Vasquez, 31, 780, 380. The favorite, Black Shirt, 340, 260. Rip Entry, 360 to show. The 9-5, 93, 20. Here's the second, 7 furlongs, fillies and mares, 3 and up, valued here in New York, 14 down to 12. We have a claim. Number 7, Majestic Trick, will go to L.C. Alvarez. Sensationally Ours is out. Catch Chatty, 7 to 2. Rudy Rodriguez, Gerber a Girl, 14. Carlos Marquez Jr. Lots of Sprinkles, 7 Madrid. Betsy Bell, 7 to 2. Mojica. Cheddar's Dream, 25, and Brucklebank. Majestic Trick, 9 to 2. Cesar Basono. Paul Needy, Bimini Bo are gone. No cost. That's your favorite. 3 to 2. Chavez. Damascus Scratch.
And they're off. Cheetah's Dream and Betsy Bell are out fast. On the far outside, No Cost is there with Majestic Trick, and coming up from the inside is Catch Chatty. Up the backstretch now, and Cheetah's Dream, the leader by a half length. Catch Chatty right there running second. Majestic Trick beats horses is now third, and Betsy Bell is fourth. And the outside, No Cost. No Cost now moves into fourth. Betsy Bell, who was up close earlier, is now back in fifth. Gerbera Girl 6 toward the inside. Lots of Sprinkles trying to cope with the off-track, trails the field as they move toward the half-mile pole. Catch Chatty has taken a short lead from Cheetah's Dream, and they dueled through an opening quarter in 23 and 4/5 seconds. No Cost is laying just off the lead third, now being pushed along. No Cost now called on for her run. There she goes. And it's 3 lengths back to Majestic Trick, who's running in fourth toward the inside. Gerbera Girl. Betsy Bell's been taken to the outside for a clear run. Lots of Sprinkles is still laboring at the back of the pack, and they're moving toward the top of the stretch. They've run a half in 47 and 3, and it is No Cost in front by a head. On the inside, Catch Chatty battling with No Cost. 3 lengths back to Majestic Trick. Cheetah's Dream is now 4th. And on the extreme outside, Betsy Bell. Down to the final 16th. It's No Cost in an all-out duel with Catch Chatty. Catch Chatty comes back to get the lead. It's Catch Chatty in front as they come down to the line, followed by No Cost. Catch Chatty wins. Then No Cost.
No Cost is a horse who's going to benefit with the switch to the inner track. She heads Catch Chatty on the turn, edges away a little bit, approaching mid-stretch. Looks like it's going to be a clear-cut win, but she's the type of filly who really doesn't want to go a step beyond 6 furlongs.
As for Catch Chatty, she don't immediately conclude it's a speed favoring inside track. The first winner was out when it broke. Catch Chatty was on the forepath, and look at those horses on the far on the outside making late moves. But Catch Chatty does pull away and puts away No Cost in the final yards. Jeff Odins and Rudy Rodriguez. 920, 360, 320. No Cost, 3240. Betsy Bell, 320. The exacta 210s, 3180. Quinella 210, 10, 2, 1280. Early double 9 and 2, $225. Here's the third, mile and 8th. Maidens 3 and up. They're all New York State breds. Noble Romancer is out. Sinful Mal, Grael is aboard. Reasonable Thought, Rudy Rodriguez. Cody's Choice, Georgina Frost. Warner Wolf gone. Smoker Quill, Chavez is on the 3 to 5 favorite. Lucrative Guy is out. Thunderflex, Diane Nelson, Richard D. Jerry, Brucklebank, Octung is scratched.
And they're off. Reasonable Thought is out first. Smoke a Quill is there, but drifting out as they move for the turn. And on the far outside, it's Sinful Mal. Into the first turn, and Reasonable Thought has the lead. Smoke a Quill running second. Thunderflex on the inside. Third, Richard D. between horses. Fourth, Sinful Mal is 3 wide. Fifth and 4 lengths back to the early trailer, Cody's Choice. As they round the first turn with Reasonable Thought dictating the early pace. And the pace is slow, 24 and 3 for the first quarter. Reasonable Thought in front. Mild pressure from Smoke a Quill is now second on the outside. And then toward the inside, Thunderflex now moving up to be third. And the outside, Sinful Mal is racing fourth. And then it's Richard D. in 5th position, followed by Cody's Choice, the trailer, as the field moves down the backstretch. Reasonable Thought still clear. Reasonable Thought by 3 now as they move down the backstretch. They got a half in 49 and 4/5 seconds over the muddy track. Then farther back, Smoke a Quill on the outside, second by a head. Thunderflex is third by 5. Sinful Mal is called on for more run, but is still 9 lengths from the lead. And then it's Richard D. and Cody's Choice. And around the far turn now, Reasonable Thought committed to the lead, trying to go the distance here. Has run 3/4 in 1:15 flat. And Smoke a Quill is now put to a drive to catch Reasonable Thought as they come to the top of the stretch. Thunderflex is third at the quarter pole. Reasonable Thought still holding on by 2. Then farther back, Smoke a Quill is second on the outside. Thunderflex is third. Passing the 8th pole. Reasonable Thought still there. Reasonable Thought by 5.
Beat this winner here by 12 lengths the last time they met, but that was on a dry track going a mile. Today they're in the mud going 2 turns for the first time. And Reasonable Thought is switching to Rodriguez, who Garofalo used on an earlier winner at the meet.
That's another one for Rudy. There's no way I would have had this winner, but the favorite, Smoke a Quill, 3 to 5. Never bet a horse as the favorite doing something it's never done before. The winner is Reasonable Thoughts, Frank Garofalo and Rudy Rodriguez. Big balloons, 38, 12, 40, and 5. Thunderflex, 460, 340. Smoke a Quill, 260 to show. The exacta 2-7, 185.40. Here's the fourth. This is a mile, 3-year-olds and up. Bottom claim is 14 down to 12. There is a claim. Number 8, Now is the Hour to Carlos Marti.
Now is the Hour is there along with Bet on Bill, then Royal Proof, and down on the rail, World Contender. Ace Call from his far outside post position now crosses over in front of the field, clear. But on the outside beyond Tomorrow will put pressure on. And from the inside comes World Contender, and also in between horses is Royal Proof along with Bet on Bill. 2 lengths back to Dressed Shipper, who's now running 6th. And Now is the Hour is 7th toward the inside, only 4.5 lengths from the lead. Then Charming Buck, Affirmative Act. H.F. Swinger trails the field. He's about 9 lengths from the lead. World Contender has moved on through to take the lead now. And it's World Contender who gets clear by 2. Royal Proof is second. The early leader, Ace Call, is third. Now as the hour is sent through an opening toward the inside, Beyond Tomorrow is 4 wide, running 5th. Dressed Shipper will be forced to go 5 wide with his bid, and in behind that group, it's Bet on Bill, who's working hard to stay within 5.5 lengths of the lead. Charming Buck is next. HF Swingers put to the whip on the extreme outside, an affirmative act. They're moving toward the top of the stretch. World Contender is a short lead. Beyond Tomorrow right there. Now is the hour. Comes on through between horses. Dressed Shipper is there on the outside. 3/16 from home now. Beyond Tomorrow. Now is the hour. On the extreme outside, Dressed Shipper and World Contenders right there. They're coming down to the final 16th. The 4 of them. Here's Dressed Shipper on the outside, who forges to a short lead. Now is the hour. World Contender Beyond Tomorrow. And Charming Buck. Charming Buck comes by them all to win it.
You're doing your homework. You've watched the first 3 races attentively. You've seen 3 wire-to-wire winners, including 2 long shots. So you bet the speed in the 4th race, and the Shipper gets second after a 4-wide move, but Charming Buck makes the last move 5 wide and gets up.
But we did point out that wide moves were hitting the board. They just weren't winning. This one does both. Incidentally, compliments to our announcer. Concentrating on a 4-horse duel past the 8th pole, he still picked up Charming Buck and laughingly guided him home. Jeff Odens gets another. Chavez is up on Charming Buck. 17, 720, and 580. Dressed Shipper, 660, 560. World Contender, 1040 to show. The 1110s, 8380. Quinella, 1011, 1110, 3540. Pick 3 begins with a mile for maiden filly 2-year-olds. Engraving, James Bruin. Defense Spending's the favorite. Mike Smith, give you 6 to 5. Chapter and Verse, Joe Bravo, Miss O'Say, Georgina Frost. Great Cure, Robbie Davis. Wild Royalty, Herb McCauley. She's Landing, John Velasquez.
And they're off. She's Landing on the extreme outside, and down on the rail it's Engraving. She's Landing out for a clear lead. Engraving is coming up quickly on the inside. Defense Spending is now 3rd. Chapter and Verse is 4th in the far outside. Miss O'Say, who's off a beat slowly, is 5th toward the inside, followed by Wild Royalty and Great Cure. On to the main track, She's Landing now, getting loose by 1.5 lengths. Engraving is chasing through an opening quarter of 23 3/5 seconds, with Defense Spending kept close to the pace on the outside 3rd. Chapter and Verse with a clear run on the far outside is 4th, followed by Miss O'Say, and then it's Great Cure, and continuing to trail the field is Wild Royalty. She's Landing, bounding along on an uncontested lead, still clear of Engraving by 2.5 lengths. Defense Spending is 3rd, and on the outside, Chapter and Verse is kicking in as they hit the turn. The half went in 47 3. They're still chasing She's Landing, who maintains a 2.5 length lead. Engraving has been chasing throughout, and on the outside, Chapter and Verse put to an all-out drive, now running 3rd.
Backstabbing.